Hi. Wow. Sorry about that camera going. Anyway, I just had a moment. So I'm June from June Just Talks. Now, some of you may have been following these for a while, some may not. You may be brand new to them. What these are is I've been told throughout my life that I just talk. So I was like, let's use this and let's just talk. Gosh, my camera's wonky. Just bear with us. So, today, I was thinking, we're getting late afternoon, early evening here. And I thought, what do you think about at this time of night but breakfast? Now, breakfast to me is something that I have to have. In the morning when I get up, I am hungry. It is the definition of breaking the fast. From overnight, I'm hungry. I know people who can go till nearly lunchtime without eating anything. Some people may have to have it for medical reasons, but breakfast. Now, I have to admit, a standard breakfast for me is I'll just have a banana. Fills us up. I don't mind it. Satisfies my appetite, and it takes no planning. Now, if I am feeling full of energy one day, I'll make a batch of overnight oats. I love overnight oats. Weigh it out. 35 grams of oats, flavoured oats or plain oats, whichever. Then onto that, I'll put a load of frozen berries. And then I put natural fat-free yogurt over the top. I don't use Greek yogurt or Greek style yogurt for because I like the more liquidy yogurt. That way it gives a bit more liquid for the oats to soak up, as well as the liquid from the frozen berries. I love that. Absolutely. But it very much depends. Now, don't get me wrong. I have been known to have a bacon sandwich. I have been known to have a full English. But they take a lot of preparing unless you're eating out or you're on holiday. On holiday, breakfasts are just you eat things for breakfast you would never eat. But my question to you to start the conversation is, what do you like for breakfast? Do you like a full English? Is it just too much first thing in the morning? For those of you who don't know, who are maybe not in the UK, not in England, a full English is. Now, there are certain things you have to have. You have to have bacon and sausage. Now, for me, I like black pudding on a full English. But as gluten-free, you've got to usually hunt out gluten-free and you won't find it in a restaurant. You won't find it on holiday. It's something I've got to do myself. Now, after that, after your bacon and sausage, it becomes very personal. You could have all or any combination of the following: hash browns, mushrooms, tomatoes, baked beans. There's so much that you can have, and your black pudding. And if you go to a certain restaurant chain that from lunchtime onwards does a carvery, you could even have a Yorkshire pudding with your breakfast. But there are people, oh, forgot, my gosh, we haven't even put eggs on our full English. Are you a scramble, poached or fried person? Or would you want a little omelette? There's so much that you can do. If you have a boiled egg, do you want it with the little head cut off so it's dippy and some bread or toast cut into soldiers so you can dip them in? Would you have pancakes? If you have like American style pancakes, is it with fruit or is it with bacon and maple syrup? What, you know, are you just a coffee and croissant person? If you are from another country, what do you have for breakfast? What's traditional in your country? I've been on holiday and in other countries and looked at like, what why is there this on offer in a breakfast thing? And you do turn occasionally very British and think, pardon? It's not, it's their traditions. You can't go abroad and expect a breakfast to be what you're used to seeing in your own country. I think I have to admit the most obscure breakfast item I've ever seen was a noodle soup in Turkey. It may be traditional, but yes, noodle soup. So is breakfast important to you? If it is, what is your normal breakfast? And what is your if somebody was going to come and make it for you and you didn't have to wash up afterwards, what would you have? I think that's the biggie as well. What would you have? Not what could you be bothered to make yourself? What could you prep? Although I have to admit, for a train journey, I had prepped bacon sandwiches the day before, wrapped them in greaseproof paper or parchment paper, um, and I have microwaved them in the morning, wrapped them up in tin foil, and eaten them on the train. So that was my slight nod to being prepared but wanting something substantial for a journey. So what do you do? I'm I'm really interested because it's such a meal that there's so many possibilities for you to have. All I will say is please just try and have something first thing in the morning. Um, although if you work night shifts, then obviously breakfast for you could be at whatever time of the day you have it. You may have your big meal when you come in at the end of your shift. You may have that at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And then breakfast may be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But whatever you call breakfast, what do you have? As long as it's with a cup of coffee or tea, as long as it's with a nice hot drink. Enjoy.